Was it about ancient Greece or did it just use Greece? I think the latter. There is room for more historical accuracy, perhaps.
And Slick.
This is the Doris Kotsoapoulos from Alpha TV Greece.
That's right. Good job. Thanks. Yasu.
Yasu, Afghanistan.
Paragalo.
Mhm.
Where did you learn your Greek?
Kos.
Course. Great. Well, was holidays or?
Yeah, it was a holiday. We needed that one. It was just after my dad passed away.
Okay.
But beautiful.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yes,
I
very.
could see Turkey.
Yes, if you insist. But yeah, well, you know, nobody's perfect. Just joking. So I met you some months ago for the 300 sequel, and it was all about ancient Greece, and now another historical extravaganza, but not comic at all. It was a real story, big scale. I mean, you got the, you know, the idea. You were approached for the part, and what did you think, Luisa Merini?
Well, again, it came at a time in my career where roles to this kind of scale were quite far-fetched for me to like truly consider myself having any sort of chance with. I felt like the work I'd done previous made me feel confident in what I was able to bring to the role, but I still had to prove that to people.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Angelina was of the opinion fairly soon that I was going to be her Louise Zamperini, and then she fought my corner. And once I'd seen her, you know, fight and persevere to the extent she did, then I felt indebted, and I personally invested then. And I feel like I really worked well under them sort of circumstances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you did very well, and I was very impressed. But then again, I'm impressed by whatever you've done this year, and we've seen Startup, and we've seen 71, and it's different, and you're very impressive, and very good job in everything.
Thank you.
So different.
Thank you.
Did you get to meet Luisa Merini?
Yes, 3 times.
Oh, okay.
3 times.
How was he?
Very charming, easygoing, like seamless with people.
Yeah.
You know, to the point where he could be funny as well. You know, quite identifiable to that era, that generation, where they disregard their own priorities, their own importances, the selfish needs,
Yeah.
and there's more of a communal
Sure.
attitude.
It's not the selfie generation at all. It's the
God no,
opposite.
God help them as well. You know.
But you know, sometimes actors have to catch one thing and like a hook, and then proceed when we're talking about a biopic, when we're talking about a person that existed. What was that one thing that Zamperini had, and you absolutely had to have in order to portray him? What do you think it was?
Well, I had Laura's description of him, who had this wealth, endless wealth of knowledge on the man, having worked with him so intensely and intimately. So I was gifted there. I had met the fella too, but mainly I just listened to music. Glenn Miller, In the Mood, for instance. Music from the period, remembered the etiquette. I remembered I was not only dealing with a fella from a very grand era, but also I was dealing with a rebel from that era, a young rebel. So, you know, and also he was Californian by the time I had him. You know, Italian descendant, but from Torrance, California. So I had to be mindful of all of these influences. And then eventually you find a groove, you know, because you're only spending maybe 7 or 8 hours offset, turning around, that he's able to pick back up again very instantly the next day. But it comes with, you have to prepare, you know, and you have to give yourself that amount of time. And thankfully, I felt like I had Louis' approval before I got to Australia. I met him, he said some positive things to Angelina. I promised him that he was in good hands. And I felt like I was in a good stage in my career to take seriously all of those methods, and hopefully it served me well. Good talking to you, man.
Good to see you.
Yeah, likewise, mate. Thank you very much.